How we feeling, y'all? Yo, what up? Let's go. Costa chose thousands of years ago to install a permanent exhibit. 50,000 pieces of rock art now nestle next to craters in the desert where the Navy designs and test grenade launchers and cruise missiles. Sun-scorching this view of this gallery, the thin white lines remind me of a local piano rock band called Parade Brigade that broke up after 5-star beers and basement shows in the band sleeping. Some performing artists I know, what's your name? Something about a hippo and elephants in a train wreck. Still torn, living in a tent and feeding on their rusted saws and a busted washing machine they got for free as they called it. A particular chapbook, the product of a bowler-hatted Hungarian man who read in the public library on a rainy Tuesday last October. Hurdles through my mind, thin and maroon, a painted arrow towards its target, a clay brown deer here. A metaphor for truth, capital T. The man went by two initials like Elliot, who's gone down as the man who strung the world together on paper and plagiarism. The very best plumber, heavy equipment operator, salvaged through the fix that we had in the time, but still, we only got fragments on ruins. On the iconic visual, the stereotypical view of modern art that still elicits spews and snorts is stupid. Bunk, Chris, shut up. It's been 14 years in your parents' basement and you still do not make sense to a single person. It's time to give it up. Try something else. So much of the same species that all of it was designed to reach in the first place. Yet when it hits, when the startling clarity of a white goat scratched on the shady side of a rock formation, the Mojave 6 to 21st century suburban kid in tight jeans and SPF 48 makes him consider time and space and the endeavors of man, how God has gifted such an undeserving species, then it all comes back to hobble. The fact that sitting around speculating if an action will have an effect is the only way it surely won't. Comes back to clenched fists and prayer and working the pavement, back to Molotovs and big pens on the subway cars to the minimum wage, and planning the next revolution, back to not selling nothing till after you're dead, back to the barbarian jobs both virtuoso and in drop D, back to trusting God and swinging away through hell and high water and whatever comes next, back to soul, back to the tiger freedom, we doing Goya's the 3rd of May, sans press release, sans artist Q&A and afternoon lunch and social, back to the rule of perfect shafts of light in that abandoned Amtrak tunnel illuminating the deafening decibels of his pain, back to the persistence of cement songs, which is the persistence of stone songs, ink songs, lyric songs, the persistence of rising, of spreading of small sparks like us that don't know their own size or what the world has to say about their particular potentials, the sparks ignorant of statistics and theories, the sparks without hands to rate the scales, the way the pros and cons of failing, the sparks that simply burn and burn and burn and burn and burn with all they have. Because we have all been created for that alone.
Let's go!
Wow, this was decidedly a recipe for a train wreck. That was great. Good job. All right, this one's about my parents. You write something about your mom, and then it's about your dad, and then you feel real humble. It's short. You can take 2 more steps in. If you're rocking, thanks a lot, y'all. It's a metaphor. We all make Audiofeed. Every one of us, every person who comes, whether you do something or not. Just being here the way God made you is a really valuable thing. So thank you. Cool. Let's go. The needle punctuated the air, a relentless gavel handing down sentences, the craft store-bought fake punching white nylon features through the presser foot, and it's a dead canvas my mother has scrapped from old projects gone wrong. This was her first attempt at the sewing machine since the doctors finally cauterized the last retinal bleeds and she'd begun to learn Braille. Walk with a cane, find passing cars by ears. She insisted that 20/12/40 vision didn't mean she couldn't sew, so my father resigned himself to hovering, wavering on his heels and attempted help. I could do this, Alan. Now my father's hands and every word he spoke, her back punched like the edge of a waterfall. I could see my father work his frustration like a glass blower in a liquid fire, sinking down into the mold of his stomach. depth in his eyes. Ghastly potentialities, severed digits, holy flesh, shaped himself silently, but my mother only leaned more over the machine. I don't remember why she looked at the pressure foot, the blood when the needle passed through her finger, or whether we went to the hospital, but I could see my father that night, cradling her thumb in an ice pack on the sofa. My brother's fears, carrying all her fear of losing her life as a nurse, failing as a mother and a wife, down into the soft plaid of his shirt, the one that always smells of pine. He whispered over and over again, you don't have to see.
I know that one. That was so good.
Y'all, you're doing so good. Here, pack it in, pack it in, pack it in, pack it in. Let this be the one time you actually listen to someone saying that. Come on, come on, come on. Protest, don't be soft. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, this one's called Light. It's old. I want to echo my wife. If you didn't see Andy Squire's things, Josh Shalerith, I went and saw him by accident because I forgot. But then I was there and I stayed. Yeah, you talked about doing small things, and it's just hilarious how dumb I am. And I wrote this poem when I was like fucking 20 years old, and I still forget it. That like all the light that comes out of all the different kinds of light's the same light, and it's really not about your size, but just letting it come through, you know. Is this a prayer? Maybe you can pray it. If you don't pray, that's all right. If you used to, I don't know, remember, I guess. It's this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine 3 times. I don't know the tune. Don't let that stop you. You can hit us with some Chariot if you want, if you just want to grind. Everyone shout, if you know the words, this stage is your stage, do it up. 1, 2, 3, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus, make me an infinite supernova. I want to be a light so bright that they can see for hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of trillions of miles so far. They have to use those big scientific words that I don't know so well. Jesus, make me your light so they can see what you do, I can still do for me. Jesus, make me your light so they can see how you saved me, how you changed me, how you saved me from hell and this life and eternity as well. Jesus, make me your light so they can see when I was deep down in pits of sin, so deep and dark I couldn't tell myself from the sin. You didn't just stand up there on high, all like, hey. Good luck, man. No, Jesus, make me your light so they can see how you came right down in there, wrap your arms around me, pull me right on out of there, make me whole and complete in you. Jesus, I want to be any size light you need me to be. I'll be a supernova or a lighthouse or a big old searchlight, or I'll probably need something smaller. I'll just be a tap light or a pen light or a cool little race car keychain flashlight. Or I'm going to stop you for Christmas. Just please, Jesus, make me your light. Just please, Jesus, make me your light. Just please, Jesus, make me your light and let me shine. Let me shine. Let me shine. Thanks, y'all. That was awesome.